Welcome to Upgrade. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and today we're going to bring the 72 on 1, the Latitude, the Dell Latitude 72 on 1. So let's take a look at it and see what's the difference. I'm going to compare it with the Surface 2 and see what you guys think about it. So right now it's pretty much, I put all my fingerprints, if you guys notice. It's all the fingerprints in here. Camera, audio, everything's easy to manage. It's all there. Nothing in the front, nothing simple. It has the magnetic area in the back and the bottom end, which is similar to Surface, and it has the pins where it actually makes a connection on the actual monitor. But it has some of these in the indentations here, and these also this indentations for the top part of it too. So not bad. On one side, if you guys notice, it's very simple, easy to use. There is a 3.5 jack right here, if you guys see it, the 3.5 volume control, the SD micro SD card if you have an SD card in here, and then you have two type C USBs if you ever this is how pretty much how you charge it, how you display it. Pretty much this is the all around all the new machines that have it, so not bad. Now on the back of it, if you guys notice, there is actually a camera to it too also. So there's two cameras. There's one in the back and there's another one in the front. So either you're gonna converse with somebody and go Skype with somebody, or you're gonna show them something on the other side. You could flip it around. Like about it, it has a fingerprint reader here. It's not visible that much on the color. It's about the same color as the back. Aluminum base. It's pretty heavy in the back. It's aluminum base. It has a fingerprint reader. On the top of it, all the vents go all around it. If you guys see it, all the vents go all around it. The power goes in here. The power, you actually turn it on through here, and once you turn it on, you'll see the Dell logo in here coming up. Overall, on this side, on the other side, you do have a lock mechanism in here, and you do only have one USB 3.0, 3.1 I believe it is, one connection. On the back of it, there's really nothing you can do, but this thing is flexible almost to almost a couple degrees, not less than, I would say maybe 30 degrees less to make it 100% to 90 degrees, but it's not. And you could bend it down to where you can actually see the monitor and draw or type on it, which is not bad. It focuses on your face. This is flexible to many degrees if you want. Easy to use, easy to manage. Like I said, nothing really fancy about the whole setup other than the volume control I like. The SD inputs, the two USB type C's. There's no other inputs in here other than the USB's type C's. All right. All around the unit, if you're gonna notice, there's vents all around the unit. The ventilation for the airflow goes in here, and this is a similar similar design as the Microsoft Surface. So if you guys notice, it's a lot heavier. It's a little heavier because it's more aluminum base, but a big difference between this one and the Surface is you can actually open this one and replace some parts in here. So not bad. We're going to take a look at it, and we're going to open it up and let me know what you guys think. But for now, let's talk a little bit more about this system. Now, when you purchase this, it comes like this, a standalone. It does not come, it's a similar style as a Surface. When you purchase a Surface, nothing's included in there. Not even not the keyboard, not the pan, nothing else. You have to buy those accessories separately. Same with the Dell system. So the keyboard base, we're going to bring the keyboard here. It's a lot heavier than the Surface because it's a lot more aluminum base here, and it seems like it's more sturdier, but it's not flexible. Keyboard sounds not that bad. Sounds pretty quiet when you're typing in the airport. It's a lot heavier because of the keyboard. It doubles the weight almost than a Surface, to be honest with you. This is a heavy duty aluminum base, aluminum back. This is aluminum, this is plastic. Half of it is aluminum, where it actually needs the mechanics to make the aluminum base part of it. Easy to open, easy to access it. The keyboard itself is a lot heavier. It's the same feature as the Surface. You could take it apart, and it magnetic ties in together. If you guys see it, all together. Let me zoom out a little bit more. There you go. So like I said, it attaches itself. It's pretty hard. The magnet's really strong in here. Attaches itself. It's ready to go. The only way you're going to be able to charge it is through actually USB Type C. There's no other charging system, so you make sure you have that charger. It's a unique charger that comes with it. A lot of machines are coming with it now along with it, but compared to a Surface, we're going to put it side by side through a Surface. We're going to put this on the side. We're going to put a Surface here. We have a Surface here. It's a lot bigger than the Surface, if you guys notice. It's a little bit tiny bigger than that, than the Surface. So the way you open it up, it's not very simple. It's a little difficult how to open these up. So we're gonna open it up today. You guys see where the Latitude, go through the back of it. Put this all the way up and start unscrewing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. All right, you have to do so. Now the hard part is detaching it from the top. So the way, let me zoom out a little bit, just a little bit more. So you have to find how to detach it. You guys see it without breaking it. There's a little gap in here, so you got to make sure you have something sharp to run it by. All right, and that's very important. If you don't do it right, you can mess this up. So make sure you have something sharp, and you don't do this or you're gonna void the contract, or just to let you guys know. So please do not try this at home unless you have some sort of help. And it's simple, but you could crack the glass, so you got to be careful not to crack the glass. All right, so if you can see, I'm going all around it without cracking, and it pops out automatically. It just pops out. But we're gonna go ahead and do the whole thing. I want to see what you can upgrade here without bending it. This is kind of the hard part, so you could be careful with it, right? Because this includes the glass, and you could mess this up. Yeah. Throw it around. All right, here we go. So we open it up. All right, there is an attachment with it. You got to be careful with it, right? The attachment, and this is probably the hardest part right here. I still have one little corner to worry about. And you got to be careful because this damages the whole thing. All right, so if you're not professional enough, you see it, the little cable in there, you see that? So basically you gotta untether that cable, and the way you do it, this is a little difficult, so I'm gonna move it to the side first. All right, in fact, I might take it off just to let you guys know. I'm just gonna open it up this way so you guys can see it, so I don't have to take the whole thing apart. And we're gonna talk about the internal stuff, right? And I'm gonna try to see if I can zoom out. So first of all, let's talk about something important, what you see in here, the battery. And this thing is very thin. Now, just to keep you in mind that a lot of these systems, it's not easy to open them up, but this one's actually pretty easy if you have the right tools, if you have the right mind how to open these things up, because there's some of these fractures, and then there's magnets attached with it. You see the magnets right there? It kind of attaches to this monitor itself too. Overall, I'm going to just talk about it real quick on a couple of things that you can upgrade here. What I noticed, a couple of things in here. This is a WAM installation. You could add a secondary hard drive in here. Not hard drive, I'm sorry, an SSD card, WAM, which is a smaller version of the M.2. And of course, this one is 2230. That's what it tells you in details in here. But just to let you guys know, there is another one. This is the actual WAM card that you have currently installed, the M.2 one here, and it's located in this location, of course. If you guys notice, the cable is tethered to the actual front. I'm not going to remove it because it's a little difficult to put it back in there, and my big fat sausage fingers are not capable of doing it. So we're just going to go on the fly and talk a little bit about the machine itself. If you guys notice, this is an M.2, a larger one. It's not going to fit in here. So they have an M.2, which is a 2230, and it fits in here. And right now, currently, there's one in here, and there's space for another one here. And this is not an M.2030, but it's similar to a size. It's small. It's a actually larger one, and so it will fit somewhere in here. You could add a secondary one if you purchase one. You could add a secondary for extra space in if you want. Memory is onboard memory. There's pretty much not much I can do on this one. This one's a smart card. It's basically just to retain the CPU and GPU on here. the only thing you can replace that I noticed, it's the battery, the WAM. Add an extra WAM card, but you can add extra memory in here. It's on board memory. If you notice here, there is a SIM card. There's a SIM card. This is for your phone, telephone systems. There is no output for it, so I'm not quite sure. You might have to remove the whole thing and put it from the front. There is no input on the side of it, and but there is a SD, the micro SD card input in here, so you do have that. Battery replaceable. The wireless card is replaceable, and you could change out the hard drive too and add a larger hard drive, another WAM card. But like I said, it's an M.2 2230, and you could add a secondary one, like I said on here. Now the system itself, it's very simple to open it up, and I'm gonna compare it, of course, with a Surface. The Surface, you can't do this, what I'm doing. This is a great option to have if you want to ever buy something like this and upgrade it in the future. Really simple to tear down and take apart. It took me a couple screws here and there, and not that bad to take it apart, and easy to open, but you have to have the right tools. And of course, if you start taking off the shells here, you might void the warranty. Now, if you guys ever seen one of my tear downs on a Surface, these things are very fragile. They come apart. They're very flimsy. They're little aluminum, they're thin aluminum that they're attached to the actual motherboard. They grip onto the motherboard, and if you pick them up, it kind of like, it tells that you mess with it, and it's going to void the warranty. So I don't want to touch this stuff or open any of this stuff. There is a screw here, but you have to lift the whole plastic after, the whole aluminum after, and it's going to lose the connectivity. I don't want to do that. Like I said, 2230 M.2, and you could add a second one, and they actually give you the instructions in here. If you notice, 2230, so it's meant to be open. If you ever want to upgrade and get the extra hard drive in there, upgrade, replace the battery, but unfortunately memory is not going to be possible. I'm looking at all the instructions. I was looking at where can I replace the memory, and there is no space for any other memory. Memory is pretty large. It will be in two sections, and it seems like it's all built in within the motherboard. So other than that, there's not that much I can talk about the system. All the connections are very thin, super thin. Same weight, almost similar to a Surface, and we're gonna compare with a Surface side by side, so you guys can take a look at it and let me know what you guys think. So this is a little tear down of the whole system. Of course, it's recommended when you tear this down, there is an off button here. It's recommended when you open this machine, immediately turn off the off and on button so it won't turn on the screen, because right now we're working on live screen, and you don't want to damage it. So there is an off. Right now it's on right now, but there's an off and on button right here in this location, and it's recommended, highly recommended, to turn it off if you're going to start replacing parts in here, because like I said, it's still on, it's still live on the battery. You might push the button by accident and turn on the whole system. We don't want to do that. We don't want to damage it. Other than that, it's very simple to replace. If you don't want to mess with the screen itself, you could just unscrew these things, take it apart, and fix it by itself. So if you guys like what you guys see, just let me know, hit me up. If you want to see your more comments on this kind of stuff, of what you prefer, it's up to you. So hit me up.